welcome to issue number 144 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines, create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Well, boys, I don't know. It's been over a month now, I'd say. I think we haven't really talked about it like in depth. We've mentioned it, but let's just go ahead and talk about it. What have we all been doing in quarantine? What's been going on?
I like how we, like 3 episodes ago, our whole shtick was that we would absolutely refuse to talk about quarantine, and we've slowly devolved into let's just talk explicitly about quarantine.
Yeah, here's the difference, because now it's been a few weeks and no one's talking about it now. Obviously,
Kind of over.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone says we're going to go back outside tomorrow. I don't know.
I still have not been outside in about a month.
I thought you said you went for a walk. Like,
It's not
So you can go outside. Like,
no.
this is the thing. This is one of these things where Drew says things to me, and I'm not 100% sure how serious he is.
I have gone outside, and I go out for groceries and whatnot. Oh, and Tanner, thank you. You can tell Kelsey thank you for the mask that she sent us in the mail. That was very great.
oh yeah, those are.
Mine got sent return to sender for some reason.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I got Nate's back in the mail. And we took it back to the post office, and they're like, "What the hell?" They like the sticker on it said like postage due. So basically, it was saying it was too big to be in a regular envelope. But everyone else's we sent were in the exact same size envelopes, and they all were fine. So the post office was like, "This is bullshit," and they just sent it again and didn't charge us any extra money. So hopefully you get it soon, Nate.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I already died. I got sick and died already. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot,
Damn
Tanner.
I like we got a few of them, and Lexi's are kind of more animal. I feel like the one that maybe has me in mind is like 4th of July themed, and I'm really hoping to bust that out at 4th of July.
By yourself inside.
Really hoping we're still in this, and I can, that'll be fine. It'd be good. But no, what have we been doing? You guys are done with Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah, I beat it. So I threw my Switch into the sun.
I am playing it like not as long each day anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I would say my playtime is well under, like probably under an hour and a half every day. Like, which is still like quite a bit. And honestly, it's probably not even that much, but it used to be like 6+ hours a day, I'd say. I don't know.
Yeah, if it was a weekend day, I probably put in a full work day on it for the first couple weeks, I would say. I haven't been reading, even though I told myself once I finally had time, I would go through all my books. But instead, I bought another book today. That's going to arrive. It's not quite called Back to the Future. Oh, it's Back from the Future. It's about like all the lore around Back to the Future and all like the what is it, like theories and stuff. It's a deep dive on it.
Before you
I heard them
cut
talk
yourself
about it
off
on the Scrubs podcast, so I decided to buy it.
Before you cut yourself off and corrected yourself, I thought you said Back to the Fuhrer, and I was like,
let's get back to that.
Oh, damn.
It's a sequel to Mein Kampf. It's really persuasive. You guys should check it out.
I sent you copies in the mail, but Nate's was returned.
Yeah, it's because there's no solicitor sign.
So you've been reading that, or you just ordered it?
I just ordered. I've read halfway through a book about Stephen Adams, but that means nothing to you guys.
Yeah,
I wish I could even come up with the joke on that, but I can't even do that.
It's a very basic name
because
too.
I knew immediately it was going to be boring to me. So
he's an NBA player from New Zealand.
There was that big old Chicago Bulls thing, right?
Oh, the yeah.
Oh, the documentary. Yeah. So I guess we can talk about the Headline Heroes Defense Force Twitter. My favorite tweet from last week.
Yeah, sure. Ring it up.
Oh yeah, we're in no updates there. We're still don't have our Twitter back, but
oh yeah,
every time I write a tweet, I hope like when I write a tweet, it'll auto highlight like people I'm atting or like tagging.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I type a tweet that has the Headline Heroes thing in it, I hope it'll actually autofill it, but it never does because we're banned.
Yeah.
Okay, I found the tweet. Thank you for vamping while I looked. So this would have been tweeted Sunday last week during the Jordan documentary. I guess not the most recent Sunday, the one before it, on the premiere of it. But so it says, I know we all want to talk about hashtag ballin' like Mike, but the real 3-pointer would be getting headline heroes unblocked. Get in the paint. No, Nate, did you just Google basketball terms? Like, I need to know.
No. I know vaguely what get in the paint means. I believe it means like I couldn't speak specifically, but abstractly to get oneself within the 3-point line where all the like
lane
paint is, like, quote unquote, right?
That's close. So the
Is
paint
it
would
actually
be
just
like
the free throw area, kind of? Or no?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, it's just the free throw area. So you did have the right idea.
I know. I know just enough basketball terminology to be dangerous.
For a term that we were constantly yelling when we played basketball at your bachelor party, Tanner. We just had no idea. It was constant, like every 2 minutes. I think at least the word paint was thrown out there. At
Get in the paint.
Get in there. Let them play. And then off to the side, we would be like doing like Three Stooges gags. Oh, so good.
It was a simpler time.
That's not a joke. You were actually doing Three Stooges gags.
Yeah.
Trying to, I was poking Nate's eye. He would poke me back, but I would block, and then he would rebuttal with, 2 fingers, 2 hands. Well, we had no plan for an intro, and I think we talked enough. And anyone who's still listening is in for a treat, and we'll actually do the episode now, right?
I guess. I'm making bread. I never got to say
You've been making bread.
I'm making bread.
Almost
Is it another sourdough?
Yes, but this time it was a good one instead of not so good.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Hey, you joke, but that is the dream.
As for me, I've started I don't know, maybe 5 different games that I've already played before, and 1 game that I've never played before. So there's that. Let's see. Resident Evil I've been going through, and then let's see. Mass Effect, Spider-Man, Arkham games, something else in there. Yeah, just replaying a bunch of games because I just have no ambition to try anything new most of the time.
And you can't go outside. So.
No, I can't. No, can't. Speaking of not going outside, Nate, you want to tell us what we do here?
Oh, we don't go outside, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we do is every week, you, Tanner, and I get together. We look at a list of headlines, strange and bizarre, that have been sent in to us by our lovely listeners. We pick one of those headlines at random and we use it as an origin story for a superhero or a supervillain. Tanner, what did we make last week, and what does that mean we're making this week?
So yeah, last week we made the Alka Mechanic. They did stuff with metal with their body. They could absorb it.
Yeah.
Then they get bigger and stuff. They were a hero. So that means we're gonna make a villain this week. And I've already picked a headline at random, and it was number. Hang on, I got a burp. It was number.
Take me away.
Number 13.
That's staying in, baby.
Damn it. I ate really fast right before we recorded, and it was very greasy food. Number 13 for you guys. That headline is scientists find evidence of, quote, ghost population of ancient humans.
And this one, for I don't know, maybe the 5th week in a row now, it comes to us from Curtis Clutch Erickson. Thank you, Curtis.
Carl Sorensen? Never heard of him.
Who's that?
Curtis Erickson is the only person I know and care about.
We should also thank Carl for just quickly hobbling together a quick little jingle last week, which we will probably never use again.
Well, challenge accepted.
It's got to be my sock, though, so now I'm going to check my socks.
Nate's going to find an elaborate way to get some in your sock right before we record.
Wow, this is
science.
Yeah, this is science. Ghost population of ancient humans.
Now, what does it mean when it says ghost population?
I'm sure it means something other than the way I think we should go with it.
Yeah, fair. So what I picture are the ghost race from Lord of the Rings.
So the people that Aragorn goes to get to fight for him.
That was a race of ghosts, right? They were just a civilization.
Yeah, they just kind of, they didn't really have any culture to them. They kind of just chilled down there.
Whoa! They don't. No culture. That's a little presumptive.
I guess,
right.
What? They had a culture, and it was just hey, let's decorate everything with just billions of skulls.
Haven't you read sommelier or whatever
The
that's
sommelier, yeah.
Does it not talk about the ghost people?
It's been forever. It's the Silmarillion, and
that was close.
Yeah, you were getting there. I don't remember if they brought. I mean, they exist. They were humans before they went, and then they like betrayed their oath to the King of Gondor, and that's why they were cursed because they didn't come to Gondor's aid. That's the big thing. You always gotta come to Gondor's aid.
What the fuck? I regret asking any of
You gotta
this.
always come to Gondor's aid. That's why Rohan was just like, we gotta go to Gondor's aid.
Does this make any sense to you? I need to know.
I gotta be honest. I've been searching ghost people, Lord of the Rings culture, so I'm just kind of like trying to get to the bottom of this one. You're on your own, Tanner.
Oh God. Well, no. Let's switch to that. What'd you find?
I think they were like people who were like a part of Gondor, like the country, but they didn't come to the aid of Minas Tirith or something like that.
I picture Nate as like finding people like. I feel like in the early like 2010s there was like a vampire culture for a little bit where people like dressed kind of like vampires, which is like another offset of goth. I think. I feel like Nate's finding people who identify as ghosts or something.
Listen, Drew, the Army of the Dead, also known as the Dead Men of Dunharrow or the Oathbreakers, were men of the White Mountains, cursed to remain in Middle-earth by Isildur after they abandoned their oath to aid him in the War of the Last Alliance. Does that help?
Yeah. Okay. So that
it also says they have a lot of culture, including lots of various food dishes and ceremonial dances. So, like, I guess kind of egg on your face, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm actually really pissed I didn't remember it was Isildur, and it was the last, like the very first battle shown was the battle they didn't.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed at you too.
Yeah, it's been forever. I read those. All right,
I'm just upset that I brought them up.
I mean,
no, but yes. I think that's a good. I like that visual.
This is a villain too, just to.
Okay, that's. I mean,
put us in the right mindset.
Could we literally do just like a mountain and there's like this lost cave and there's this ghost people down there and they come out?
I mean, isn't that literally just co-opting the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, but they're evil.
Oh, okay.
What if instead some teenagers opened the door to an abandoned factory and all the factory workers had been turned to ghosts and that's why the factory was sealed up?
Okay.
And now they're all out.
Okay. What was the factory? I think that's important.
Candy.
Hard candies? Soft candies?
Is this a real thing that you're...
Taffy?
I can't tell if now you're doing a bit or this is a real suggestion.
Is this some horror movie that you're trying to pivot to something you know about? Is this what's happening?
No, this was just what came to my head. I'm not doing any bit or anything.
You know what? I don't trust you.
I know it's hard to tell with me, but...
I don't want to talk about Lord of the Rings.
I just wanted to like modernize it and not make it be a cave.
Yeah. I mean, it could be just like a mine, but fine.
Or it could be a church.
I guess. Yeah. What if it's a stadium?
Could be a stadium.
It's a lot of people.
What are other big buildings?
Sawmills.
Could be a cruise ship. All of a sudden showed up to a dock after being missing for like 5,000 years.
Ski resort.
Could be just like a
5,000-year-old
house.
Cruise ship. Mansion. A chateau.
A big shed.
Oh yeah.
What was other big? Hey, what was that one website we looked at that one time? List of big things.
Oh yeah, we were looking at list of flat things.
Yeah, weirdly, big things starts to get into the territory where you're looking at like the world's biggest blank and all that sort of stuff. So it's difficult.
Could be an abandoned IHOP.
IHOP's gonna feel like 60 people at most.
Yeah, it was a big IHOP. This was truly international.
I sort of had an idea that that is not in line quite maybe with what the whole like modernizing the Lord of the Rings thing, but should I say it anyway?
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
No, I was thinking like, what if, because I'm trying to like, I know the ones where it's the toughest is where we have to deal with like big groups of people and it helps to have like an individual to focus on. So I was thinking like, what if there was an ancient group of a ghost population, but over the years, all these like paranormal investigators and Ghostbusters that we perhaps, I guess I don't know what your guys' feelings are, we would think that are just bogus and not actually doing anything, have actually been like destroying this ghost population, and maybe there's only one ghost left, and that would be why he is evil.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, and that's a lot easier than doing a large group. I like that idea.
Because, like, if we did a large group of people, we would have to figure out what they ate, what their cultural dances were. Yeah, I agree. And we could... No, I like focusing on that. I was also thinking we could focus on one guy who's trying to resurrect this army, but no, I think one ghost is the way to go. I agree.
Because it's been a minute since we did like a ghost adjacent thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Is it, if we figure out where this group of people was from, we could maybe figure out, like, is it a ghost in a factory, and then we could have like whatever they were making. It could be those kind of themed powers that this ghost can do, or can it just do normal ghost things?
Like turn on a lamp and turn it back off, and like lifting something very briefly.
Yeah.
Making spooky noises. Yeah, I think that's probably enough.
Clocks chime a lot at midnight.
Like being a shadow you swear you saw, like in like the crack of a door that's open when you're trying to sleep.
Make eyeballs move in portraits. Big portraits. Maybe if we figure out how he died, then we could figure out ghost powers.
He probably did not come to the aid of Isildur in the last battle, probably. Yeah. If I had to guess.
Maybe he was like using like a steel grinder to shape some metal thing and then slipped and his face fell on it and he grinded off his face.
See, but I feel like because with the lore that Nate has built, it was a lot of people, but they've all been hunted down. So unless they all had the same accident.
Simultaneously?
Yeah.
Maybe they were building a ship and the ship tipped over and fell on all of them.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
They were about to go on a ship's maiden voyage, and they were all standing in line to get on the big boat, and it just tipped over.
Just fell over.
Ah, shit.
And they're just like...
And then they just haunted that ship for forever until...
We really shouldn't put this ship out there. It's flawed deeply, but...
Maybe that ship like went around anyway and like went into harbor at different places, and every so often some ghosts would get out and just like stay in those harbors. And that's how they got hunted down.
Yeah.
And that ship was the Titanic. What?
The secret first Titanic that nobody talks about.
Yeah, it did probably better than the second Titanic, but the second Titanic got the
I thought you were going to say in that ship's name, Albert Einstein.
The SS
I thought you were doing that thing.
It's the Titanic, aka Albert Einstein.
Okay, so do they have what ghost powers does this person have? He's looking for revenge, trying to get revenge against the ghost hunters.
Ghost hunters.
Paranormal activity. Taps, you know?
Would it be like they only have like nautical related stuff? Like they can make an anchor drop and shit? So they like have to get these ghost hunters to go onto a ship for some reason?
Or they're just like haunting a place, but it's only nautically, so it's like you hear like distant clanging of bells in a house and waves and seagulls.
Like, yeah, if they have a fish tank, they'll make all the water like splash out of it.
Yeah, or just water running down the walls. They'll like someone goes to bite into their soup and they're like, "Oh, ding dang, it's seaweed now. What happened?"
It's kind of it's a little salt. I think it's actually still kind of good. I'm okay.
You know
with
what? It did really need salt.
They always, no one ever salts stuff enough. Yeah,
Needed a little bit of brine, salty brine. Nautical.
You can possess people, but then their clothes turn into. He can only speak in like old pirate or like nautical lingo, and he was dressed as like a sailor. I don't know.
Old like admiral. And maybe he had lost a limb, so then as soon as he possesses someone, that left leg is just useless. Might as well not be there because it's not there. I don't know.
So it's just have a lifeless leg.
Yeah,
I just can't move it.
it's the exact opposite of a phantom limb.
It's a limb that I shouldn't have that I can't control.
It's there.
That is there.
You hate to see that.
Yeah, so that would explain why he doesn't possess people a ton, because it's very
Like
obvious
that.
something's off.
Is it mostly seated people that he tries to?
He's like walking whenever he possesses someone and has to walk around as them. It's like his leg is asleep. You know that feeling. Can't.
Damn, Bill, your leg's been asleep all day. Yeah, I know, terrible.
It's like TV static. I'm sorry. What's okay? Maybe we can talk about Powers a little more if we discuss like what his plan is. Is he just hunting down, whatever way it takes him? Is it all paranormal investigators?
I would think so. Just like turning the tables, like paranormal investigators are slowly getting picked off now instead of ghosts.
Yeah, and it's strangely on cases that they're on. Don't know. Can't explain it. Don't know why.
Well, it's probably the ghosts
Yeah.
killing them.
Maybe, but who can say?
I mean, wouldn't that be what?
Yeah.
So I would feel like he has to like move from house to house though, because eventually it would be like, well, no, if a ghost hunter goes this place, they die,
Or
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, eventually, he could just haunt the shit out of a place, and then it becomes like a challenge to ghost hunters.
That could be too.
Maybe we could just
Like
keep him
room
on.
1408.
Yeah, maybe we could just keep him on that ship, and then we could probably do a little more with him. That original ship, which is now a museum off the coast of Atlantic City.
Is Atlantic City on the ocean?
I would hope so, because it's
Maybe we should check.
named after. Pretty sure it is. You know what? Yeah, it is, because I've seen Boardwalk Empire. It is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
is definitely.
It's also. Guess what ocean Atlantic City's on?
Pacific.
Yeah, that's it. Trying to decide if my neighbors next door are watching SpongeBob.
What app is it?
I think it might not be SpongeBob.
Is it Bubble Buddy?
There is a weird round thing, but I'm trying to. It's not Bubble Buddy. I'm sorry.
Is it the one with the Krusty Krab training video? I always like that one.
Yeah, that one.
Hoopla.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I don't care as much.
It's definitely a cartoon though. Like it's a fox. Oh shit! I think it's Dora. It's a fox with a fox with a mask. So
Hey Drew, do you want me to keep this in or not?
Yeah, I don't. It's a editor's choice.
Oh boy. Finally, all the power.
If it comes down to, can I easily take this out, or do we keep referencing it later? I don't know.
I'm gonna reference it.
I hope so, because the more we reference it, the less I have to do.
I'm just gonna keep like throwing things in that makes it editing harder for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna edit every week, so I'll just dish it right back out to you.
Nate lives at. All right, so he's on a. I gotta close my blinds. I can't keep spying at the neighbors. All right,
I'm gonna open mine.
Okay. He lives.
I'm gonna yell at my neighbors 1 sec.
He works at the. Or he haunts that old shit.
He works.
He works
So
at-
he opens the gift shop for the place.
There's a really cute scene at the beginning where he's like clocking in with the timesheet and like pulling the lever.
It's so weird. Every morning the gift shop is open, and every night the till is all closed out, and somebody's closed up. I don't get it.
If in money, it's all balanced out. It's all perfect. Don't know where the money's coming from.
No, because nobody's buying anything.
Yeah. The newspapers are restocked at the little till over in the waiting room area. But they're all dated like 1918 or some bullshit.
So how do they keep killing these paranormal investigators? But like, Because I feel like they have to make it look like it's not 100% for sure a murder. So then, like, other investigators will keep coming. Like, they just make it look like they disappeared or something.
He keeps
Or that they had an accident.
Keeps dropping the ship on them. Actually, what if that was the way they have to kill him, is by luring this ghost outside and dropping the ship on him? Like, originally, that's how he died.
That's how you break the curse?
Yeah, like mimicking his death again somehow. It's really hard to do. You have to run around and get a bunch of keys and put them all together, combine them. I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil, I'm sorry.
That was very video game-esque.
Yeah. Kills them.
I think, like what Nate said, it has to be like accidents. Like they trip over an anchor that's randomly out at the top of a staircase.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or they drown in their soup.
It's full of seaweed, though.
They fall asleep and drown in their soup.
Yeah. Or they're taking a bath and it gets full of piranhas.
Oh.
That doesn't look like an accident, I suppose, does it?
Yeah,
I hate when that happens.
I'm going to rule this death accidental.
This was clearly a suicide.
Yeah.
Seen 100 times. Man hops in a tub, dumps a bunch of piranhas in it. It's the oldest way to do it.
Yeah, that's what you do. You just get like you find a box or a tank that could have ostensibly held piranhas, put it right by the bathtub. Boom! It looks like he did it himself.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So never mind. I stand by my piranha thing.
Maybe it's a dumb society of people that don't like. They all think it's like it couldn't be a ghost.
Yeah, well, I would argue that's not a dumb society. That's a smart
true.
society.
It's a very smart society. Although in this case, it is actually really a ghost.
Yeah, in this one specific
That's
case,
the irony.
Mm-hmm.
And then one specific ghost hunter who... No, I can't. I feel like we've done a descendant of Van Helsing at some point. I was going to say a descendant of Van Helsing.
Descendant of the actors that played the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Bill Murray's great grandson.
I was like Bill Murray's great grandnephew or something. Like not even direct lineage, just like he's my great uncle, I guess.
Rick Moranis is like, isn't that the plot of the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out?
I believe so.
I don't know. Paul Rudd's in it.
All right, man.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, sure. I'll see anything with Paul Rudd. So handsome.
Does he ever age? My goodness.
No, that Rudd.
Honestly.
Anyway,
so then Bill Murray's great nephew happens to read an article.
As all great stories start, I happened to read an article on BuzzFeed.
Okay. Yeah, he took a BuzzFeed quiz and it said that what tragedy are you? And he saw that he was the tragedy of the boat falling on all those people waiting outside of it. And he puts one and one together and he's like, oh, I just need to lure this ghost out and tip the boat onto it.
That's it. Problem solved.
Cut and dry.
Okay. Should we maybe move on? I don't know.
I think honestly, I think so.
What do we do? Costume.
Usually we go on to costume.
What's that stew look like?
Oh, I mean, I feel like it's written for us. Like I think it's just an old timey sailor. I mean, he's like is he a sailor or was he a person who's gonna get on the boat? Like something about Titanic era clothes, I think is what he's wearing.
Yeah, those like
yeah,
suspenders.
That's pretty much it.
Like jumpers or something. And like a newsy hat. And that's it. That's right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Old stuff. Old shit. And he's got a lantern.
Well, yeah, of course. He's a ghost.
Yeah. Comic book cover?
I feel like it's got to be one of the kills, like tripping a person down the stairs, or what's another one?
Piranha bathtub.
Oh, piranha bathtub. That's what we got to do. That's the main one. That's what really sparked some national attention.
Yep.
And then name.
Boat ghost boy.
Close. I think we're almost there. We're like, ooh, we're so close. We're right there.
Ship bones yard.
The sailor specter. Well, okay. I never. Is he a sailor or no?
You just know his death is tied to boats. So
okay.
But I mean,
the nautical.
Nautical is good. Nautical is a good word.
Is there some sort of word that would go with that. It's ghost related.
Mm,
I'm just gonna look at the glossary of paranormal terms.
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say nautical necromancer, but he's not really bringing people alive. He's not doing necromancy.
what if we call it? Well, I mean, necro is just death, right? So we could call him like necronautical or something.
Necronautical. It kind of sounds like Necronauticon.
I don't hate that.
I don't either.
So is it the necronautical or is it necronautical?
If I was the news, I would be. I think I would say the.
Yeah, I think I like the way it flows better.
The it is.
Okay, that's good. Then we did it.
We did it. All right, I'm just gonna hit end.
No, you dummy! Before you do that,
Oh wait, whoa, what?
Tanner, do your thing first, please.
Okay. This is going to conclude issue number 144 of Headline Heroes. This week we created the villain, the Necronautical, the ghost who died in like a ship tipping over accident. You know, tale as old as time. At this time, as always, we'd like to thank Brett Jacobson for creating the art for our show. Brett showed up at my house yesterday inside it, which I didn't think was okay because of social distancing. But then he told me that he's been a ghost this whole time that only I can see. And then he walked out through a wall.
Oh,
wow.
So,
well, I guess it's good that he is not subject to social distancing then.
Yeah, he can't get
Good
sick.
for him.
yeah, he's on top right now, really.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. I should also thank Carl Sorensen. Carl, of course, did the music for our podcast and helps with all the post-production of the audio. If you're interested in working with Carl on any sort of musical project, you can reach out to him at carljsorensen.com. And as always, we would like to mention that we're part of the PodFix Network, a collection of wonderful podcasts that have a wide variety of topics. If you want to check out some other shows in the network, you can go to podfixnetwork.com. And there you'll find links to their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts, as well as links to all the podcasts in the network.
If you come across any articles, think are fun, think are wacky, send them our way. We'd love to have them. Our email is headlineheroescast@gmail.com. Our Twitter used to be at headline_heroes. But until then, until we get it back, for whatever reason that went away, you can reach us at HDLNE_HERO_LVR.
That's the one.
That's it.
Yeah.
I make no apologies for the difficulty of that tag.
Hopefully we'll get the other one back and we won't have to like permanently go with this one. I don't know. That would be a nightmare. Anyway, send them our way. You can reach us there and the email and Facebook, of course, and then our subreddit r-headline heroes. If you want to call in, leave us a voicemail. The number is 319-596-6766. Give us a call. Whatever you're listening to us on, iTunes, Google Play, or any other podcast app. If you can give us a good rating, a good review, we'd love to hear from you that way as well. We might read it at the end of the year. So far, we've got one this year to read. Just a little update there.
Ooh.
Yeah. So look forward to that in December. And then hit subscribe and tell a friend about us. And finally, thank you for listening. We hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.